On Tuesday, I tried to go live to show this Etsy shop planner. It didn't work out. You guys can hear me. My apologies. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to record the video, publish it. I will try to go live again on Saturday, which will be, what's today? The 17th. Hopefully my technical issues will work out. YouTube wouldn't work right. OBS Studio wouldn't work right. It was a hot mess. So hopefully I can go live and talk more about Etsy and my journey and answer questions that anybody may have if they're thinking about going with Etsy. So here we go. Okay guys, here's the Etsy shop planner. It is 44 pages long, but the first page is just the cover page. Real self-explanatory and simple. Let's get into it. Shop builder. Now, before you go to Etsy, you need to figure out what your shop name is going to be. And brainstorm at least 3 to 5 names, because if the name you've chosen is taken, Etsy won't let you use it. It'll give you suggestions for, how to modify the name, like adding a 1 or a letter or something like that. But you might not like that. So again, have at least 3 to 5 names here. Your shop categories or sections. This is when you open your store, you can have sections in your store. That's what they call it on Etsy. Think of this like going to JCPenney and they have different departments. You can go to men's clothing, women's clothing, kids clothing, furniture, bath, bedding, that sort of thing. This is what this means here. Your About Me section. What do you want to tell people about you when they come to your store on Etsy? Fill this in here and that'll help you, and you just cut and paste. And then any shop assistants or members, who's helping you with the store. Because when you make a listing, sometimes, well, usually with me, I do POD or print on demand. They ask me who my assistants or partners are, and I can list their name here, and I already got it listed. I can just come back here and cut and paste. Now, this planner, I'm going to make it available PDF, and I'm going to have it offered on Gumroad. That link will be in the description of this video if you're interested. It will be $5. So if you're interested, awesome. If not, that's cool too. But I think this will really help you, and that's why I want to do this video, so you can get a chance to look at it to see if it will help you. Okay, your business overview. Are you going to have a mission statement? Put that in there. This will also help you when you're describing your store on Etsy when you do get to that page. Your shop business goals. Of course, you want to make money, or do you want to get an email list or something like that? Or what are your shop business goals? What is your unique selling proposition? Or, I had preposition. I need to put proposition, I think. What's going to set you apart? What's your unfair advantage from other stores on Etsy? What's your core business values? You list them here. And what's your timeline? What do you want to accomplish in 3 months, 6 months, and on and on? Your branding. Do you have a sketch? If you've already created it, I created mine with AI. Cut and paste it here, or say created on AI on whatever date. Same thing with your icon and your shop color theme and your notes. Now, I will say this, whenever you're doing a listing on Etsy, they've changed the rules, and it's been that way for a while. If you use AI, you have to put made with AI in your listing. Street address, so I use that, and I use a Google phone for my phone number. I don't use my cell phone number or home number. VAT number, I don't use that in the US, but some countries you do. Your payment options. Then are you going to be listing physical products? What's going to be your policy for that, or policies? What are your policies for digital downloads? How are you going to handle shipping? How long is it going to be free? Are you going to charge? What's the projected shipping time frame? Are you going to offer refunds, and what's that policy or policies going to be? Are you going to offer special requests, customizations? What kind of materials are you going to use, and anything else? Target audience. This is where your research comes into play. You've got to do this first. How are you going to handle shipping? How long is it going to be free? Are you going to charge? What's the projected shipping time frame? Are you going to offer refunds, and what's that policy or policies going to be? Are you going to offer special requests, customizations? What kind of materials are you going to use, and anything else? Target audience. This is where your research comes into play. You've got to do this first before you open your store. Are you going for women? Are you going for men? Are you going for both? What's the age range? What's the location? For me would be US, and then all this other stuff. This is where it's really critical. What do they do in their free time? Go to Google Trends. What are their favorite brands and shops? You want to try to copy, not word for word, not exact copies of what they're doing, to attract business to your shop. And this is the critical one on here. What are some of their biggest frustrations? Basically, what are their pain points? I sell backpacks for little kids. They're 13-inch backpacks and they're personalized. Parents in the morning don't want to have to run around trying to get their kids to school. I need this bag and that bag. I gotta get lunch and They want to grab a backpack and a lunch and go. So that's one big pain point for me. Competitor analysis. Take out competitor 1, 2, 3, 4 and put the actual competitor's name and then fill in each of these blocks for them. Okay. And refer to them, especially when you first open your store. I would go here and look at this, look at their, because you put their web link, look at their store at least 3 to 5 times a week. I know that may sound obsessive, but to start out, do that, because some shops are adding new products every day. Like me, I try to add mine every month, and I'll tell you more on that in a little bit. Keyword research. This will help you with the tags. The classic who, what, when, where, why. This is what you're answering. In your topic, you can put one of your product names that you brainstorm. That will be there, and then fill this out and any notes. Your listing brainstorm. What's your target audience? You already did that a few sheets back. Pain points, again, on that same sheet. Then your product ideas. Then you have a checklist. Did you do research? What about the production? Have you checked that out? And on and on and on. Now this one, after you've uploaded it and it's been published, this one is going to be after the listing's up. Have you shared it on social media? Now your new listing planner. Product name, your listing date, category, what category on Etsy are you going to list it in? And if it's clothing or anything else, like if you're doing portraits or any kind of digital art, you fill that in there. Tags. Each listing you get 13 tags, and you need to use all 13. Each tag can only be 20 characters. You can't use numbers, and characters also include spaces. So like if you have 2 words, that space between those 2 words is going to count as a character. But it is very critical. Think of the tags as these are the terms more than likely that people are searching on Etsy. So if you have the right terms here as your tags and you put it in there, you will show up in the Etsy search for people to buy your products. Then the price and the description of your product. Again, product tags, and I told you 13 tags up to 20 characters per listing. So you can do a product and then list your tags. Okay. And I suggest if you're doing the same thing, like I have backpacks, I don't use the same 13 tags on each one. I switch it up because each of my backpacks are a different thing. Like I have some dinosaur backpacks, I have some racing car backpacks, and I have teddy bear and that sort of thing. So they're not going to be all the same. They're going to be quite similar. If you're like me and you do need to niche down, don't do a general store when it first starts out, because Etsy won't know what customer to send your store to, your listings to. You have to niche down. I learned the hard way. I did a general store, and that's why I didn't get too many sales, because Etsy didn't know who the heck my customer was. So niche down, and that helps you when you do that target audience sheet. Seasonal planner. Do it for the year, and then you go month by month. This is really critical because you can put in here holidays like New Year's, Valentine's Day, Easter's March or April. Then you have Memorial Day and on and on. And hint or tip, when you're listing for holidays, like the next one, big one is Valentine's Day, February 14th, you really need to have listed your Valentine listings at a minimum 2 months ago. Well, I'm sorry, 2 months before the holiday, which would have been December 14th. I know people were thinking about Christmas and all that, but you got to plan ahead, and this will help you because for one, it's going to let you know the holidays. It will remind you of the holidays. Coupons and promotions. I do offer, and these are 3 that I offer. I should have put another one in there, and I'll tell you about it. When somebody buys from me and their item is shipped from my supplier, my POD supplier, I send a tracking notice to the customer, and here's your tracking number. You can track it here, and if you want to buy anything else, here's another coupon. So I should have put that there too. But that's an idea. You don't have to follow that, and you don't have to follow these if you don't want to. But that's what I do. And you do it by month, and then for the year, here's your coupon code, what the discount, how long you're going to run it, 30 days, 2 months, whatever, how many uses, and any revenue you gain from it, if you're going to do future promotions, and any holiday promotions. Your order form. Now, we're going to get into some pages now, and you're going to say it's repetitive, it's duplicative, and it is, but people I have found, we learn more and we retain more by being repetitive. So that's why I structured it this way. So for each order, you're going to, the order number, date, fill out the customer information. Now with me, Etsy doesn't give you the phone number for the customer, and I need that because my POD suppliers in China, so there's US Customs and they want a phone number. I got a Google phone number for my business, and that's what you can do because I don't want to use my phone number. So that's what I use there. But typically I have, when I get the order, Etsy will send me, hey, you got an order. My supplier says I got the order, and then it has to be personalized because I sell only personalized backpacks. So I reach out to the customer and I say, I got your order. Thank you for ordering. I need your phone number, and here's your link to personalize your item. Now, my supplier sends them that link too, but it takes an hour for them to get that roughly. Usually I get notice right away that the order's been put in, so I send that link to the customer right away so they can personalize it to speed up the process. And that's when I ask for the telephone number. And then you keep track of what the item number was, description, quantity, and all that good stuff. And then here's other information you keep track of. It's the orders trackers. Now here, you don't put as much information on each order, but still put it in here and you have spot for more than one order. Excuse me. Order management. Again, you can put more than one order on here, and we're being repetitive, we're being duplicative, but you retain more information and you'll have more records when it comes time to figure out, were you successful this month, this quarter, this year? And like I said, you don't put as much information, but information you need on each order. Ads tracker. Now, I opened my store with a program called Etsy Plus. And the way that works is you pay the $30 opening fee, which you have to pay every time you open a Etsy store. It's $30. And you don't get it back. With Etsy Plus, you do get it back. The catch is you have to keep your store open for 6 months. In each of those 6 months, you pay an additional $10. So $10 a month. But with that $10 a month, you get 15 free listings, and every listing costs 20 cents. Okay? So you get 15 free listings, and you get $5 in Etsy ads money to spread apart or amongst whatever listings you want to. So, and then after your 6 months, you get that $30 opening fee back automatically. So it worked out well for me, and I am enjoying that because otherwise I don't think I would have invested in Etsy ads. But, and it doesn't seem like $5 is a lot, but it works because most of the sales on my biggest seller, my racing car backpack, came from Etsy ads. So I highly encourage you to do it, and this is a way for you to keep track of it. Your daily budget, what was spent, any sales generated, what listings you have your ads on, and again the results, runtime of ads, total profit, and next ad campaign, and any notes. Now I list on Pinterest. I do pins for some of my listings. I don't pay for advertising on Pinterest. If you have a business account, you can do that, but I just do the pins. I don't have a business account. And then you can list information on your pins here, or if you're going to do the ads, list information on the ads. Now you can run ads on Facebook as well, and you're going to list information on the ads and stuff. Now I have not had luck with Facebook ads, so I don't do them anymore. What I think I'm going to do is open a page on Facebook for my store, and I can list my products there, and people, they like them, they join, become followers, they'll get updates on listings as they come out. Now you might be different, you might be very successful with Etsy Facebook ads, and more power to you, and I hope you are. Now your growth tracker, do this each month. You're going to do your product stats and your shop tracker. This way you'll really know, because if you don't keep track of this, how do you really know if your business is working out, if you're making any money? This way you can keep track of the shop and the products, and then the shop overall. Quarterly stats. Definitely do this every quarter, because again, you need to know what I love here. What's your best performing, your sales, your fees payable. What did you make a profit each quarter? And if you did, how much? And if you can figure out what your best performing product was, is it doing that each quarter? If not, have you added something that, this quarter it was a racing car backpack, but this, the next quarter maybe it was, what's the other one? One of my dinosaur backpacks. So that helps out quite a bit to know what's changing. And especially with backpacks, You know, I expect them to really pick up in sales when it's about time for back to school. Right now it's kind of dead, but back to school will be around the corner, and hopefully we'll know which backpacks are really hitting it. Quarterly goals. What do you want to achieve each quarter? This is, I think it's critical too. Don't go blindly into any kind of business. Set goals and see if you're meeting them. And if not, that way you can go back, try to figure out, well, what do I need to change? What do I need to make better, to do different? And if it is working, how can I build on it? Like if quarter one, the racing backpacks were really hitting it, what can I do now in quarter two to, you know, capitalize on that? And once you write these down, these are dynamic. They're not set in stone. So don't think that. Your monthly stats. You have your search phrases, which is most visited one, most popular listings, and your traffic sources. If you're running Facebook ads, if you're doing Pinterest pins, if you're doing Google ads, if you're doing Etsy ads, where's your traffic coming from? Then your annual profit, you're going to do it by month. You'll list your income, your supplies, marketing, which is any kind of ads, of course. Fees you paid every time you sell something on Etsy, digital download or physical product, you do pay a fee. And then your profit. That way you can make sure you're actually making a profit. And if not, what are some steps you need to take for any of those categories up there and for any month? Product updates. With supplies, like with my PLD supplier, they just let me know that one of the products, it was some PJs, pajamas. This is when I was doing a little bit of everything. Well, they no longer make those pajamas, so I had to get rid of that listing anyway. This is before I decided to niche down to backpacks. But if they get rid of the backpacks, I might have to come in here and fill this out. So this is a good way to keep track of your supplies that you use to make your products on Etsy. Order tracker. Yeah, I know you're saying we already tracked the orders. This is, again, another simplified, quick and easy, down and dirty sheet to show date of the order number, how many were ordered. Because I had one lady order 2 of those backpacks, the racing car backpacks, because she had 2 grandsons for Christmas. Customer name and was it done? Has it been shipped out? Has it been received? Have they left a review? Whatever you want your done to mean, that's what you do there, and you check the box. Expenses and fees. Again, down and dirty, date, description, category, amount, and has it been paid. Helps tax time. Shipping log, down and dirty, the date, the product, the customer, tracking number, and then via, like, is it coming FedEx, is it coming post office or whatever. Return tracker. I don't offer returns because my products are personalized. For example, if somebody bought the dinosaur backpack and they put the kid's name on there, Johnny Smith, what's the chances of another parent wanting to order that same dinosaur backpack with Johnny Smith on it again? Pretty slim. So I don't offer returns, but if you have a product that you can do that, this is a way to keep track of your returns. And definitely the reason for the return was are they going to say poor quality? And if so, get another supplier. Color fading or something. But you can look at this and you can try to figure out, what do I need to rectify that situation so it doesn't happen again? You also track if it was received and if you refunded them. Because if Etsy comes back and says, hey, you didn't give Buffy her refund, you say, oh, wait a minute now, this is showing I did. So then you can go back and try to get more proof that you gave the money back. Purchase tracker, each month. What have you bought each month? What was the item? Where'd you buy it? What did you pay? Quantity and the cost. Helps you come tax time. Supplies tracker. It's kind of the same thing, but different information. Your supplier. Who's your contact there? The phone number, the product that you bought from them, the unit price, and how many you bought. Again, helps you come tax time. Inventory tracker. Date, description, quantity. Do you need to restock, and who's your supplier? Sales tracker. I know you're saying again, we already did this. Do it so many different times till it just sticks and you have different records till you can, if you're in a rush and you need to find some information, one of those sheets are going to be available and bam, there's that information. So do it by month and you have date, item sold, order number, sales price, the cost you paid, the fees you paid, and the revenue that you earned. Sales tracker, date and the sales, and in cash, or not cash, but in how much you earned from it. This is minimal information, but it will let you know, hey, I made a sale on January 15th, but the next day is like March 12th. What happened between the January and March? Try to figure something out. Your income tracker, do it by month, date, description, source, and the amount. Again, tax time, expenses, date, category, description, amount. Your monthly calendar. Now, I only have one copy of this in here. If you decide to get this planner, all you have to do is just duplicate it 11 more times and you'll have your monthly planner. And I'm going to change this to reminders. I didn't catch that before, so I apologize for that mistake. Your to-do list. Now, the way I use this, and it just depends. Sometimes I do it by day or week or month. It just depends. And I will put up here, this is for the week of, this is for the month of, this is, whatever. And this is what I want to accomplish, okay? And as I accomplish them, I check them off. And in this space, I write a little note like that was easier than I thought, or that took a lot more time than I thought, or whatever. Now you can do it reverse. You can put over here, this is what I want to do, and then you put a note next to it. But that's the way my brain works. So, use this form the best way for your brain. And then you have tasks that you need to do, and you can do this daily. And then you'll list what it is, and then what day did you finish it. Like, let's say I want to do a new listing. Did I finish it on Tuesday, or was it on Friday? I need to get some more supplies for whatever product. I got that done on Monday. And then you have any notes you want to make about any of those tasks you completed. Your daily planner. Now, some people use this, some people don't. When I first started out, I used it quite heavily because I was kind of out there, didn't know what I needed to do. And this helped me keep on track. Your top 3 priorities for the day. People you need to reach out to. And the tasks that must be completed by the end of the day. And then it breaks it down from 6 a.m. to 10 p.m. If you're going to work that much, bless your heart. That's all I can say. Now, this I found was really critical for me. Some days were just going to be horrible. Like when I tried to go live, my technology it wasn't working. I didn't know what the heck. Because I'm not a techie person. I know just enough to make me, as they say, dangerous, But today's treat, what went really well today, or what was some unexpected news, or what have you. Then what you're grateful for, because some days you're going to need these. They will keep you motivated, keep you going, because, again, some days are just awful. And then any notes for the day. Your weekly planner, and again, this is dynamic. You set out, and I usually do this late Saturday or early Sunday. This is what I want to accomplish for the next week. And then I leave notes. Now, this is dynamic. It can change. Because let's say I put 3 things on here for Monday and I have 2 things Tuesday. Well, on a really good day, I might get 4 things done. So 3 here and 1 from here. So now I'm going to rearrange my weekly plan. And then, of course, some days you don't get anything done on Monday. Now you got those 3 and, you're moving them over here. And then Tuesday's over on Wednesday or whatever you need to do to jumble it around, to mix it around to get the stuff done. Plus, it's a good reminder, if you sit down and plan out your week, what do I need to get done? That way, nothing slips through the cracks, as the saying goes. Your yearly planner. This is really good to keep track of the holidays. Because remember what I said. When you want to post something for a holiday, try to post it at least 2 months before the holiday. So, like, let's say you're going to post something for Memorial Day. That's in May, right? You want to have that up in March. Some people will say even sooner, but I'm saying at a bare minimum, get it at least 2 months ahead of the schedule, ahead of the holiday. And this will help you keep track of the holidays and just what you want to accomplish each month for your Etsy store. And you know what, y'all, you can use this in your life too. What do you want to get done in your life? I mean, I've done it before. Password tracker. I don't use this. I'm being completely transparent and honest with you guys, as I always am, simply because I don't like having my passwords written down. Anybody can find that paper and then they can do whatever they want to with it. But others, they like to do this. So here you go. You put the website, your login ID, and then your password. So if you want to use this form, awesome. If not, that's good too. And then the last sheet is just notes. What have you learned? What do you need to work on? What did you not know about running an Etsy store? And on and on and on. Or people, if you can find a mentor, if you can find somebody, even here on YouTube, find somebody who's going through this with you and start a dialogue with him or her, and you guys compare notes and try to figure out how to be successful. What's working for them? What's working for you? You guys compare notes and what's not working, what pitfalls to avoid, and that sort of thing. There it is, guys. I'm going to try to go live this Saturday. Hope my technology works. That date is the 17th. We shall see. Just stay tuned. And if you have any questions, please leave a comment. I do check my comments. I do respond. And if I can help you in any way, I will. I will put the link again for this planner. It will be on Gumroad. I'm going to sell it for $5 if you're interested. If not, again, that's okay. But I highly encourage you, if you're going to do an Etsy shop, use some kind of planner, do your own, do something, but put stuff in writing, be duplicative, repeat yourself, be repetitive until it sticks, until you know it inside and out. That finally clicked with me, and that's finally starting to click with me as far as sales. Now, right now, again, my backpacks aren't really selling because it's not back to school, but I'm hopeful I'm going to keep adding listings so that when back to school starts in a few months, the rush for back to school shopping, I'll be right there and can get some sales. So, and you know what, guys, when you list a comment, let me know what you're thinking about opening, what kind of store, because I'm actually thinking about doing a second store of digital downloads or checklists and stuff, and maybe even this planner and other items. So let me know. I hope that helped. Any questions, please drop a comment and I will get to them. And I do plan on going live on Saturday, the 17th, January 17th, 2026. All right. All the best.